Hi everybody, this is Kim again, and we are going to do an unboxing. We are going to do our word for today. So let's see what our word is. Our word comes from 2 Corinthians 4:18. It says, so we fix our eyes not on what we see or what is seen, but on what is unseen. Since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. So we fix our eyes on what? God, right? Because that's into eternal. And that's what we want to fix our eyes on. When we fix our eyes on the world or the things of the world, that's going to be temporary. Those things are going to fade away. They will not be eternal. So we want to fix our eyes on not as on what is seen, but on what is unseen. And what is unseen is the heavenly realm, right? Which is the eternal. And it reminds me of 2 Corinthians 5:7. And 2 Corinthians 5:7 says, for we walk by faith, not by sight. So we have to walk by faith. And I told you a few days ago that I love going and reading the verse before and the verse after. So I'm going to start and I'm going to read 2 Corinthians 5:6-8. It says, so we are always confident, knowing that while we are at our home in the body, we are absent from the Lord. So when we're here on earth, we're absent from the Lord, right? For we walk by faith, not by sight. We are confident, yes, well pleased, rather to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord. So we would rather be absent, right, from our body and be present with the Lord. And that is what eternal is. And that is why 2 Corinthians 4:18 is talking about, is that our eyes should be fixed on the heavenly realm. Our eyes should be fixed on the Lord, because that is what matters. It's going to be eternal. That's where our eternal home is. And we need to learn to focus and stay focused on what truly matters. And walk by faith, knowing that we serve a good God, knowing that He is for us and not against us, knowing that He is what matters most of all. And so I hope that encourages you today. So I'm going to pause this and get my box out, and we'll open it up and see what we have in the dollar box today. Okay, so we're going to do the unboxing of the Dollar Bead Box. Okay, let's see what we have. This is the March 2026. And I'm going to put this to the side. It says, welcome spring with our March bead box, a rich romantic palette of purples and violets inspired by early blooms and twilight skies. From soft lilacs to deep amethyst tones, this month's mix is designed to spark creativity and add a touch of magic to every piece you make. Okay. This list, it comes with two, so let me explain the subscription for the Dollar Bead Box. You can get one or the other, or you can get both, and I have chosen to get both. So this list here goes with what's underneath this right here, this paper. So I'm just going to put that to the side right now. So that would be one of the subscriptions you can get. And this is another subscription you can get from the same. So you can get either or you can get both of them. And I have chosen to get both. Because what this package is, it is the strands. They are 3 and 4 millimeter strands, if you will. And they are coordinated and will go with what is the other goodies that's in our box here, okay? Let's take a look and see what we have. First, I'm going to separate the 3 millimeter and the 4 millimeters, and you can tell by the way they look. So these would be my 3 millimeter, 3 millimeter, 3 millimeters. So you get 4 strands of 3 millimeters and 4 strand, oh goodness, I love 4 millimeters, and I do love these sparkle goodness there. And these are Czech fire polished beads. So I explained to you when I showed you last month that I get the Dollar Bead Box because I love Czech glass. I don't buy Czech glass as outside of these subscriptions I get, because it's really expensive, and I'm just not. I'm pretty frugal with my money, and I'm not going to do it. So the way that I get my Czech glass is by going through the Dollar Bead Box. And then there's also there are some Czech glass that comes in the oh, I forgot the other name of the other one, but I'll gather my thoughts and I'll get back to you on that. So anyway, so let's go ahead and do these. So this is my 3 millimeter strands. This is my 4 millimeter strands. So the 3 millimeter strands that we get in the March 2026 Dollar Bead bag is a it says purple iris or a matte pearl iris, and I'm going to say it's this one. So this strand is going to be our purple iris strand. So now we've got to determine, and here's how I determine it. It's either a tanzanite, vitriol, or northern lights. I'm going to say it is a tanzanite vitriol. And the reason why I'm saying that is because of the different colors that we see here, the vitriol looking. And that's what I'm going to say it is. Don't know for sure, but that's what I'm going to say. So I think this is a tanzanite vitriol. That's what we're going to say it is anyway. And that's 3 millimeters. The next strand is either gold metallic iris or crystal half copper. So I'm going with the crystal half copper on this one. And if you will look at it, it's got copper, and then it's, see the copper in it? So we're going to say it's crystal half copper. And then this last one is our matte purple AB. Okay. So now we're going to look at our 4 millimeter strands. So, light copper, amethyst, or ruby gold. This is, again, this is a hard one. Okay, so So I'm going to make an executive decision, and I'm going to say this is light copper amethyst. Is what I think this is. There's copper in this, and there's amethyst, like a purple. So we're going to say this is the 4mm strand light copper amethyst. Our second one is either going to be matte rainbow bronze or crystal copper Maria. I don't know how to say that word. I'm going to say it's the crystal copper Maria because of the colors in it, and it's a copper and it's crystal. Okay, the next one is a crystal Mara. Or a vitral vintage metallic. I'm gonna say it's a vitral vintage metallic. And the reason why I say that, because there's a lot of flashes of gold. There's even some flashes of some silver in this. So I'm going to say it's vitral vintage metallic. And I could be wrong, but that's what I'm going with on that one. They're all beautiful. And this one I'm going to go with, as there's not an either or on this, the crystal volcano. And I'm going to say this is probably the crystal volcano. Okay, so those are our 3mm and our 4mm bead, dollar bead box, if you will, strands. Okay, so I have put our strands up here in the top, and we're going to now get everything out of the box. And again, these are Czech glass. And I'm going to set the box to the side. And let's take a look at what we have here. I think we got some of these in the last box. I'll have to look and see. But, all right. So I'm going to scoot these to the side. And I'm just going to go along our list here. And I'm going to start with the strands. So we're going to, and see how these strands go with those up there. Beautiful. 4mm Czech glass druck bead. It's opaque lilac. And there's 35 of these beads. And I'll put that strand right up there. Next we have, these are little bitty tiny ones. These are 2mm Czech glass pearl beads, and we're going to say that is a, I'm going to say it's mystic purple. The other option was a purple velvet rainbow, but I don't think that's it. I think this is probably the mystic purple, and there's 42 pieces in this. Next, we have, these are 4mm, and this looks like a pearl to me, but they are 4mm Czech glass druck beads, pale amethyst, and there's 50 pieces of these, and this is a 4mm. And they look a lot like a pearl to me, but it says they're glass druck beads. The next one is 4mm, and that would be these. These are 4mm Czech glass bicones, and I think these are the crystal rose gold luster. And then the next one we have are rondelles. These are 3 by 5 millimeter Czech glass gem cut rondelles, purple heather, and there's 25 pieces of these. Those are pretty. And then the last that we have as far as a string goes, this is a 36-inch silk ribbon blue velvet. And that is pretty. Okay, so I'm going to set that to the side a little bit. Now we're going to get into the Czech glass beads. This is, it says either a 15 millimeter or 20 millimeter, and I don't know which it is. Czech glass vintage button. This is a bronze piece. Isn't that pretty? These are 10 millimeter Czech glass sunset flower, dark pink, and there are 4 pieces of this Czech glass. Next we have these are 5 by 7 millimeter Czech glass bellflower, purple with copper wash, and there's 10 pieces of these, and that is real pretty with the copper wash. Next we have a 12 by 14 millimeter Czech glass butterfly, and these are purple ABs. There's 2 pieces of those. Next we have, these are real different. These are 17 by 20 millimeter Czech glass sugar skulls, and these are a purple opal pink wash, and there's 2 pieces. And it's both sides. Next we have, and it's a 17 millimeter Czech glass dragonfly mauve travertine wash. Next we have 9 by 20 millimeter Czech glass drops, garnets with bronze, and there's 2 pieces of these, and that's real pretty. That'll make a beautiful set of earrings. I like those. Next we have 14 millimeter Czech glass button beads, white with deep pink wash, and there's 2 pieces of those. Next we have a 15 by 17 millimeter terra cast heart leaf antique pewter, and there's only 1 piece of those, and that's really pretty. I like hearts, and I love leaves that are made out of hearts. That's pretty. Next we have a 19 millimeter, this is a 19, I love that, that is gorgeous, 19 millimeter Swarovski 5525 wave bead, crystal antique pink. Oh, there's only 1 of those, but man, look at the sparkle in that. That is beautiful. That's gonna really, I'm gonna have to put a lot of thought into how to utilize that, but that is gorgeous. Love it. It's drilled right here, and I don't know if you can tell, it goes right through that away. So it's drilled about halfway in the center. Next we have 4x6mm tie heel silver tube beads, and there are 8 pieces of these, and they have a design on them. And then last but not least, I'm not going to take them out of the bag, but these are 30mm 5-point tabular resin stars, mixed color number 2. There's 6 pieces. I do think we got these, I believe, last month, but they were in different, I think a different set of colors. I'll have to go back and look. But there are those beads, resin stars. Okay, so this is completes our unboxing of the Dollar Bead Box this month. There's purples, a lot of purples in this. I think you know, if you look at it, I mean, what's in here goes beautifully with the strands that we have, right? The sugar skulls go well with that. These butterflies, my mother-in-law, God love her heart, she's gone home to be with the Lord, but she used to call, I loved it, she called them flutterbys, not butterflies, flutterbys. So sometimes I tend to call them flutterbys. So these flutterbys will look so pretty with the strands we have. March 2026 unboxing of the Dollar Bead Box. And I'll tell you one more time, the reason why I get this particular bead box is because of the Czech glass. I don't have a lot of Czech glass. So what I do, honestly, is I've not utilized very much of these boxes just because I want to get enough pieces, if you will, to put something very pretty together. Like, you could do necklaces with these, you could do bracelets with these, you could do earrings with these, rings. There's so many things that you can do with this, and there is a variety in the box of what they have, and they're gorgeous. They're gorgeous Czech glass, and that's what this box represents. So I hope you like this. Leave any comments that you might have regarding it. Again, like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. So please subscribe. And yeah, so I'm not sure that I will make something right away out of this, but it'll be in the future. I'm sure I'll come back with some pieces made out of this. So but you all have a very blessed day. You take care until the next time. Be creative and had fun. Love you all. Bye.